Who has ever looked at Ark's Acrocanthosaurus and thought this is not a cool creature? Obviously, a fantastic dino from the Ark Editions mod is the Acro. And this one, I really want to see an ASA, and I want to talk about why in this video. Well, let's start with its taming method. This thing is tamed in a very interesting way. While it is a knockout tame, you need to shoot it with either a pump action shotgun, or you can use a sniper rifle as well. Fabricated snipers usually the way to go there. Could even use a wyvern if you're disinclined to using firearms, but I wouldn't do that. And then you can feed it biotoxin, narcotics, narcobros, whatever, in its mouth when it roars, and then you can knock it out, and from there it's a normal tame method with exceptional kibble being its favorite food. And in itself, that tame method is really cool, but essentially the Acro is the Giga and Carcharodontosaurus, but I think just even better in every way. And I want to start by just talking about this model, because doesn't it just look so great? Look, if I just fly around it a little bit in creative, just look at this thing, look at its eyes, look at its tail, look at its body. It's got different variants, like it's got an aberrant variant and a scorched variant, an X variant, an R variant as well, and a sort of enraged variant. But you know, this is just the basic Acro as it comes, and its animations are also really clean and solid. If you look at them, if I go into K mode here, you can see all that jaw movement there, and you know, the way it sways side to side. The Ark Editions mod is really great. There's no wonder that loads of creatures like this, Zophaxtinus and Deinosuchus, are in Survivor Ascended now, which is why I'm talking about this being in Survivor Ascended, because if it was in Survivor Ascended, oh my god, I'd love to see it. Like on a map like Ragnarok, I think, when Ragnarok, and well, actually not if, when Ragnarok comes to ASA, if we saw the Acro, that'd be great. I don't think it's going to happen, but if that did happen, that would be fantastic. Just look at how amazing this creature is. And then we've got a bite, and we've got this shield attack here, which is actually a pretty unusual one for a carnivore to have, and I really like the Ark Editions mod for that and the sort of versatility of all of it. And then we've got this third stomp attack ability, and it does prove really effective, and its stats are pretty good as well. This is only a level 7, but it's got 3000 health, 600 stamina, and its stamina is way better than something like a Giga. Some other creatures really are lackluster, but if I just have a quick look at what the base stats are: 1100 for level 1, 500 stamina, 150 oxygen, 3000 food, 700 weight, 55 to 95 damage, 100% movement, and 1000 torpidity is generally what it wants. And in terms of food it can eat: exceptional kibble, mutton, cooked lamb chop, raw prime meat, cooked prime meat, raw prime fish meat, cooked prime fish meat, raw meat, cooked meat, raw fish, and cooked fish meat in terms of that. And we've been over the same method already. It's got a bite, it's got a shield stance, and we've got a side stomp. And also, I forgot about its other ability. It's not really an ability, but it's a roar, and don't we love a good roar? If we press Control on the keyboard, we get a lovely Acrocanthus roar as well. So let's go and test it out on this Bronto here. An absolutely amazing 12% like this. I hope the levels aren't too high, as they are really skewed on my worlds. So if we just go for some damage, I think this Bronto might be an insanely high level, so I don't know if we'll be able to kill it. But you can see the base damage is 125. Now I'm in creative mode at the moment, so let me just quickly come out of creative mode so you can see the damage numbers that it's dealing. If it can actually hit us. You're gonna hit me? It's probably gonna only work if I disable creative mode when I'm on the ground, because that's how it tends to work. There we go. So now, you know, yeah, you can see we're doing damage. Is the Bronto gonna hit us? No. If we use our shield stance, obviously it doesn't do any damage, but that's just gonna shield against attacks. And if we try use our C ability, we can see how much damage that does against the Bronto. 238 compared to the 125 of this attack. It's only doing 19 damage. If we put shield stance on, how much damage is the Bronto doing now? 11. So you can see it takes off. That's sort of almost half, actually, does that damage. But that was only a level 9 Bronto, so perhaps not the highest level there. But still, yeah, pretty just insane attacking dino, I think. Like, this, really not got much more to say about the Acro. You know, we've been through the abilities, we've been through the tame methods. I think the tame method is so cool, the model's so cool, and the detail of this model is so cool. It is just such a cool concept as a creature. Just like, again, I just want to like gouge all over this. Not gouge, I want to appreciate all of this model because it is just so good. We'll turn the HUD off as well. It's just look at this thing. Like, it's amazing. Like, if you put a Giga and a Carcharodontosaurus next to it, they don't compare to the Acro. There's a reason why the Acro's here. And, you know, there's so many other creatures on Arc Editions as well with so many other cool methods. And again, in ASA, we've got creatures like the Deinosuchus and, you know, we've got the Zophatinus as well. And they're amazing creatures with amazing tame methods and amazing abilities. Arc Editions is really, you know, a standout mod in that regard. But I want to see the Acro in ASA, and I want to know what you think about seeing the Acro in ASA. Well, got a little bit close to its face there. Its saddle's cool, its model's cool, its tame method's cool. It's a great general creature for just absolutely destroying and decimating things. And it's got that really interesting shield ability, which, again, you wouldn't really see on most carnivores. They usually got sort of a bite and then maybe a bleed bite attack, perhaps, and a roar, whereas this has got that shield stance. And I think that's actually a really cool feature, which you really don't get on any other sort of carnivore. Look, there's a Carcharodontosaurus down here. Let's go and fight this Carcharodontosaurus. Not in creative mode. I want to put it to the test. I'm going to get off, disable creative mode, get back on this thing. We got some levels, so I will put all 4 levels into damage, and then my player levels. Why not level up human to level 14 now? Right, there we go. It's time to go fight this car. And again, I think the Acro would be great if it came out on Survival Ascended for Ragnarok. I don't think it will. That would be my ideal dream world, because creatures like the Carcharodontosaurus and the Giga already spawn in the Highlands region. I think it's really suited. You can see it's doing pretty reasonable damage as well against us. If we use our shield ability, I'm not sure if we'll actually be able to survive this. You can see it only does 87 damage and we can ram into it. But there is also a rage meter on the Acro, like there is on the Giga, which isn't great, and it's pretty full at the moment, and we're not doing so well in terms of health. So there is that rage meter there, and we're probably gonna very much lose to this Acro, not this Acro, this Carcharodontosaurus. But in all fairness, they are different creatures, and the Carcass perhaps a bit stronger in that regard, especially that one. Well, it was only a level 10 and we were a little bit more than level 10. So perhaps not the best comparison at the end, but, you know, it doesn't always go your way. If we had a high level Carcharodontosaurus, not Carcharodontosaurus, Acrocanthosaurus, then, you know, we'd be golden, we'd be flying, and we'd absolutely decimate that Carcharodontosaurus. But we didn't that time, and that's fine. The rage meter is important to note, but, you know, the Carcharodontosaurus didn't exist when the Acro was first introduced onto editions. You may prefer the Carcharodontosaurus, but I prefer the Acro in a lot of different ways. I do admit the Carch is a stronger dino though, but the Acro certainly has its place. But that's all I've got for today's video, because the Acro's dead, so I think that's where we're going to have to leave it for today. I'm out of stamina, so that's the best place to leave it. So I'll see you in the next one. Bye! So thank you to my wonderful patrons Ekaterina Puchkova, Karina Thorne, Dominic Masijewski, and Ethan Tapia, who have all supported me through Patreon or through YouTube memberships. If you want to join this list, then go join Patreon or YouTube members, but thanks to all of these guys.